here I am talking to a camera. This is new stuff, guys. You will be very surprised if you're a friend of mine that I'm actually doing this, sitting here and talking to a camera, but I have my reasons. I am doing this because I want to document the next part of my life, and I want to share it with you as well. So when I first started looking into this, I started looking on YouTube because I love YouTube. I watch YouTube every single day, and there wasn't as much as I would thought that would be out there on the subject. So I thought, if I can document this for myself and I can also inspire maybe other women to do this, then I'm a happy bunny, basically. So what am I doing? I've decided to become a surrogate. I don't know why I have to think about that. It's very exciting. I am coming to the point now where it's all happening. So I wanted to give you a little bit of a brief about how this all started, about why this all started, what has happened since it started, and what is going to be happening really, really soon, because it's all very exciting. So it started in the beginning of last year, so it's basically January, February 2015. About the fact that I was turning 35 that year. Last year I was 35. I always do this. My birthday is in March, so I considered, what do I want to do this year? Is there something that I want to do in my life? What could I be doing better? That's always something that I start the year off with, so I have good intentions for the year coming. So I was 35 and I realized I was halfway down my 30s, and if there's something triggered in my mind, and I thought, if you ever want to be pregnant in your life, this is basically, you have to do it now. Very happy with not having any children. I don't aspire to have any children. I'm very happy I'm an auntie, and that's kind of came together with a good friend of mine asking me, while I was sharing this with her, asking me to basically carry a child for her and her husband, which was something that I kind of jumped on the idea straight away. It was something I got excited about straight away, and started thinking about it seriously, about doing this, which is of course a very big commitment. It ended up not working out, but it did trigger something big, and it did trigger me thinking that I could actually do this, and I really wanted to do this for another couple, but I didn't know anybody else, to be honest. I didn't really know anything about surrogacy, which is kind of normal, because there's not too much information about surrogacy, not in the same way as you would have about adoption. It's still not something that's talked about too much. Not a whole lot of people have experience with it in your day-to-day life. There wasn't that many videos about it, and some were in America, which is a little bit different than the UK. In the UK, you don't get paid for surrogacy. So it's a completely, to me anyways, it's a completely different experience. Money is never even something that crossed my mind, and it would make me really uncomfortable doing it for money. That would make them my employer. So not that many in the UK, so another reason for me to think about vlogging this and documenting this for myself, but also for others. Did I already say that? I might have, probably have, sorry if I did. I'm new to this. I googled Surrogacy UK, and the organization that I'm with came up, and it was amazing. I started reading through the website and I got hooked immediately. They focus on surrogacy through friendship, which is one of the main things, well, the main thing for me that's so important is that you have a friendship with the couple, with the intentional parents, and something to build on throughout the pregnancy, but also after the child is born, that you're in their lives in one way or another, and you see the child grow up. It was about April. I had a long phone conversation with one of the lovely people at Surrogacy UK, Jane, who gave me lots of information to think about. I let it be for quite a while. I had to let it simmer because it was a very big decision for me to take. And then in September there was the conference. So the organization organizes 2 conferences a year, one in September and the other one in March. And between that you have socials, which is something that members just organize themselves, little get-togethers. Yeah, so the conference came up. I went to it and it was amazing because I only spoke to a couple of people from the organization. But I never actually met anybody, so it was really nice having a face to the name basically, and seeing that there's people with lots of different history and stories behind it. Yeah, so I was basically hooked straight away. There was never a doubt in my mind that I wanted to do this. So I went to the conference, I registered as a surrogate, and from that point on I got access to the profiles online of the intentional parents. As you can imagine, there is a lot more intentional parents out there than surrogate. After reading some profiles, well, a lot of profiles, I made a little short list of couples where I thought, well, I really would like to meet these people and see if there's a click. So I went to a social in the beginning of February of 2016, and I met a couple of the couples that I had on my short list, and I left the social feeling happy and also feeling a bit overwhelmed by the fact that that I would have to make that decision. Even though the get to know which comes after, it's not a guaranteed to work together as a team. It is just to get to know. That was February. Then at the end of March there was the March conference, spring conference, which was really nice because the first conference I went to was a lot of information. When I went in March, I was fully aware that this was happening. I made my decision and I was very excited about meeting lots of people and seeing the results of surrogacy and seeing seeing the families as well, because a lot of these families, they've been with Surrogacy UK for quite a while, so you see each other's kids grow up when you meet at either socials or conferences, which is really lovely. It's just a big support system for everybody, for the surrogates and for the intentional parents. So my first appointment at the clinic was very exciting. It was, I was very nervous. It was a very weird day. My brother's dog died the day before, and that was very sudden. It was the day of Brexit that came out, which was ridiculous. And then, of course, for me personally, I had the appointment with the doctor and with the counselor, which was very exciting. So it was a really weird mixed emotions kind of day. I'd never been to an IVF clinic before, and so this was all very new to me. I've never been pregnant before, like I said, so I didn't know. I'm starting to learn now, so I know a little bit more, but I didn't know too much about the whole process and what goes into it, which is a lot, and it's a lot of signing forms, I can tell you that. So my first appointment was with the doctor, who we went through everything, through my whole history, my family's history, just anything that would stand out, of course, about my internal me, as I like to call her. And after that, I had an appointment with, I had a counseling session with, it was a lovely lady. And after that, I had some more tests done at the doctor's, and the board of the clinic decided that we were good to go, basically. The intentional parents have got 4 frozen embryos, which they're very excited about, and that was all happening just after the agreement as well. So much has happened. It's too much to put in one. Anyways, we are now at the end of July. That coming Friday, which is in a few days, I'm going to have a lining scan to see if my uterus wall is thick enough. This is something that I never even heard of about 5 months ago. Now I know there's a lot going into it. So basically it's a lining scan to see if it's thick enough, to see if it's all good to go, and if so, we would be able to do transfer really soon, about 10 days after, which is really exciting. Yeah, so that's basically the status as we have it now. That's a short history. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I'll most probably go into it a little bit more. Please ask me any questions that you have. I'm new to this, so please bear with me. It was probably very long. The organization I'm with, I don't know if I mentioned this, but is Surrogacy UK. So have a look online if you're interested in surrogacy in any which way, as an intentional parent or as a surrogate. I have only had amazingly good experiences with them. They are very welcoming and they are very lovely people that I feel blessed to have around me. If you like this video, do the whole thingy, and if you want to see more of my videos, just subscribe, because I'll try to make maybe a bi-weekly update, especially now in the coming weeks. It's going to be very exciting with transfer coming up. I'll take you along with me through my journey of pregnancy, which will hopefully be soon. So that's it for now, and stay tuned, and I hope you liked it. Bye bye.